Good evening, everyone. So, I'd like to talk about um, enforcing child support. So, my daughter's had her case here in Arizona for probably about 6 months after he decided he wanted to go out and live his life and party away. Um, so, she's been calling them and stuff, and she gives all the information. She's the one who's been doing all the research, how to find him. She gets the numbers for him and stuff. And then the worker gaslights her. Probation says, yes, go ahead and give her my number. We'll give her all the information, and so you can start getting the child support. But the worker says, oh, no, I called probation. They don't want to release any of that information. They're a government agency. They're under a court order, the person who owes her child support, and she's lying to her face. So that tells me she had to talk with, oh, Mr. X, and she believed everything he said to her. We have been raising a child with a disability who needs more support, and child support would be very beneficial for this child to get what he needs. I can only give so much. She can only do so much. We have bills to pay too on top of everything else, just like he does with his new family and his new baby and her three children. But the thing is that he wanted out of jail early so he could take care of his family because she was looking at homelessness. He didn't think twice about thinking that she would be homeless, not having any support or anything. And he accused me of being a drug addict. He has a history of addiction. His family has a history of addiction. How dare you? Let's make this clear on record. My dad does not have a DUI. I do not have one. We have one person in the family who has one. One. My daughter doesn't have a DUI. We have no drug charges at all whatsoever on our records. We're clean as whistles. We don't even have a criminal case of any kind. Never took vengeance. Never did anything like that. But child support enforcement does not want to enforce child support. Why? He says she can't find him. So she wants my daughter to hire a private investigator to find him, where he lives, what he's driving, all these things. That's called stalking. That's your job. Why does she have to go out and get all this information? What is your job? What are you there for? She's provided everything this worker has needed. You know what she tells her? My hands are tied. I can't do anything. But she wants my daughter to hire a private investigator. What is the point of having a job? What are you making? 15, 16, 17, maybe $20 an hour to do what? To sit on your ass, file some paperwork, and give it to the district attorney? No, she tells my daughter, you're gonna have to file the liens. You're gonna have to you're gonna have to do all kinds of stuff. You're gonna have to go to court to get her child support. So why do we have child support enforcement, Mr. Trump? What's the point? You're paying those workers to sit on their thumbs and do nothing. How many other girls are going through this? How many other fathers, grandparents? How are they making their money? Before he got popped on this last probation charge, he was working under the table for his daddy. So where does that go? So maybe we should go to IRS and let them know he's working under the table. Him and his daddy. Unbelievable. What is the point of having all these resources if if they're not going to actually do their jobs? What is the point in this? It infuriates me. It makes me cry actually because I'm going to make myself better out here so I can get me another job, right? So I can get me a good paying job. But I think I'm going to go with something that I could really get my hands into. You know what I'm saying? That I could actually make a difference. Maybe I'll go work for child support enforcement and start collecting money because I'll go and I'll look for them. I'll take their plate numbers down. I'll go look for them. I sure will. I would do what I can to help my clients. Maybe I'll do that anyway. Maybe I'll open a private investigation company and start helping these girls get their money. Social Security does things to spy on people to get this, because people are frauding, right? But you're telling me that child support enforcement doesn't have the same resources, or you're just too lazy? Oh, I only work from 9 to 5. Doesn't matter to me. I get to go home and eat my bombs all day long. Really, get some sense in your brain. You know what? You're allowing other mothers out here to suffer, and and not only that, food stamps has to pay the difference because these men aren't paying. That is a domino effect. I wonder how Mr. Trump would feel about that, knowing that you're wasting his dollars by sitting on your thumbs and not helping anybody while they're trying to get food stamps to feed their kids on these huge wait lists. Really?